Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen. This little cutie that you can barely see is Dino, and today we are watching Season 2, Episode 18 of Lost. Last episode, we had some very exciting things happening, like lockdowns being enacted, blue light, ultraviolet light, I don't know, maps being revealed, and we also had Nadia make an appearance, which went completely over my head. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like I have missed more things in this show than I've caught, but I am trying. It's just, I do not have the best memory for. There's a lot that happens in this show, okay? And I know that just being able to recognize characters probably isn't that complicated, but for some reason, I'm just struggling with that. So it is what it is. I might try to go back and rewatch season 1 because I do feel like I'm missing more than I should be, like just forgetting more things. So I don't know. I'm considering that for sure. But anyway, yeah, we have a mystery in the bunker to sort of reveal. I wonder if, I said this in the post-episode discussion, I think it's possible that Desmond did the map. And I wonder if, like, Jack and company are going to, like, now go to the different places on the map and try to figure stuff out. Because we've already been to at least one other one. Like, ours is the Swan. This is where we are. I know, I need to redraw this better. This is where we are. The one that I thought was a snake originally, but is a swan. So, anyway, I'm just rambling at you guys. Let's continue and see where the mystery takes us in this episode. Oh, we also got confirmation that Henry is, in fact, not Henry and was lying. So, I'm excited to see how that plays out in this one.
You know, exercise is addictive.
Is it?
Wow.
I mean, actually, it kind of is. I need to do it more, though.
I can see why.
Oh, because he has a bunch
When we
of...
first crashed here, I thought, this isn't all bad. It's like the all mango diet. Then we found this hatch. And it was full of food. Tons of food.
I think he has, like, binge eating disorder.
Then get rid of it. You want to change? Then change.
But if he does have, like, binge eating or something like that, then it's not going to be that easy. That's disgusting. Well, okay, but also you could give this food to other people, so maybe don't just waste it. You know? Like, this seems kind of like a waste of a lot of perfectly good food, no? Ooh, this is feeling, now kiss. This is feeling now kiss.
They found something. Come on.
Oh, it was the food drop? No? Also, do not know you, do not know you, do not know you.
Shouldn't we let someone a little bit more trustworthy take care of this?
Like you, baby napper?
No. Like Hurley. Why not Hurley? He's done it before. He could do it again.
No way. Not me. No, not again. No.
Okay, hey,
okay,
guys,
that's fine.
how about no one's in charge, okay? I'm sure everyone can manage to just take what they need.
Great plan, Moonbeam. And after that, we can sing Kumbaya and do trust falls.
I don't know that.
I'll trade you. Take one of these savages.
We'll see. Just,
We can do it any way you want.
who is that? Okay, this is a Hurley flashback, right? He's seeing this person. No, they're not there. No? I'm scared to write things down because I don't want to miss things. I feel like this is going to be like a Jack seeing his dad situation. Right? Like, that guy's not really going to be there. Oh. Okay. Maybe I'm way the fuck wrong.
Uh-oh.
Who the fuck was that then? How did... Hurley looked like he knew him.
You know, I'm not Dave's doctor, but we have talked about how he can be a very negative influence.
Dave. That's the name of the episode?
Dave's the most normal person in this place, man.
But he doesn't want you to change, does he?
If he doesn't want you to change and grow, Hurley, then maybe he's not really your friend.
Dude, I'm open. Dude.
Oh, you are traveling, sir.
Not drooling, dribbling.
You have to bounce the ball.
I was part of the search party. Henry Gale was hanging out of the basket, neck broken.
I don't know that
So he was already dead.
That's fine, but what search party?
Then you buried him and left the grave mark.
I mean, that's a sign of respect. Like,
I love you, Jenny. Always have, always will.
aww.
Yours, Henry.
That's sad.
So tell me,
She just doesn't know now.
how did Henry Gale write a note to his wife with a broken neck?
Oh, if he was dead already. Oh, fuck. I'm so
Wasn't
dumb.
me.
I didn't even think
I
about
didn't
it.
kill him. You don't understand.
How did you know his wife's name? Did you interrogate him?
Please, just listen. I'm just,
How many of you are there?
If I tell you about them, you have no idea what he'll do.
Ooh, he. We've talked about him before.
The guy with the beard.
No,
Him?
that's not the leader.
He's no one.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Where are your people?
I already knew that.
How many of you are there?
You don't understand.
Understand this?
He's scared. Saeed.
You have 3 seconds to answer my question.
Saeed, he's
How
scared.
many of you are there?
He's scared.
1.
He'll kill me.
I'll kill you.
I mean, yeah, there is a gun
Saeed.
pointing at
You
her.
can't do this. I am not a bad person.
3.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, he has a grudge. I would believe he is scared of whoever he is, but also he had some, like, fucked up moments of joy when he was trying to pit them against each other, so.
Using those magic numbers of yours as a psych out, aren't you, man? Oh, yeah, that's right. You just play dumb. I'm onto your juju, man.
Just numbers, dude.
The hell is that? My mid-afternoon snack. Dude, that's celery. Celery is not a snack. Leonard's got graham crackers, man. You should snag one. He won't notice. What's he gonna do, call you a 23?
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Santa Rosa something.
So you can calm down, or for when you're seeing things.
What stuff you seeing?
I don't know, maybe like a bald guy in a bathrobe.
You mean like that guy there?
Sawyer's fucking with him.
Gotcha.
Think it's funny? Do it! Get up! Who the hell do you think you are? Let go of me! Trap!
What?
Porkman! Barber! Jabba! Stay puff!
Oh, 안 되겠다.
Mongo!
Honestly, kind of deserved, so.
Let go of me! Get him off me!
What's wrong?
Get off me! You out of your mind?
I'm okay with Hurley standing up for himself. You know, Sawyer is kind of a dick.
What the hell's the matter with you?
Sometimes you deserve a couple punches, Sawyer. No.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
No, I don't think he is.
It's a lot of peanut butter.
I'm gonna need a lot of protein where I'm going.
Where are you going?
Back to the caves.
You don't have to do this.
Just leave me alone. You can't help me.
She can.
No one can.
You're not opening up to her. You're not, like, giving her a chance to help you, honestly.
There were 23 people on that deck. It was built to hold 8. And it would have collapsed whether you went out there or not.
Yeah, but I did walk out there. And it did collapse.
So he blames himself.
I killed him.
It was an accident.
That was my fault.
No, it wasn't your fault.
Photo that I took for the bulletin board.
What? What's the photo? Let me see.
Dave isn't your friend, Hugo.
Let me see.
Because Dave doesn't exist.
Oh. What? He was never real? He's just like the part of Hugo that doesn't want to get better?
My arm was around like nothingness.
Yeah.
Kinko's, Photoshop. What, you think they really blew up the Death Star?
No.
Then stop talking crazy, man. Come on, we're on a clock here.
Okay, but what would his motivation be to Photoshop a Polaroid picture so that you don't exist? Like, that doesn't make sense.
You know what tastes even better than freedom? Cheeseburgers.
I mean, cheeseburgers are good. He's got me there.
If you don't come with me right now, you will never get out of here.
But he does get out of there.
You're still at Santa Rosa, man. You never left the hospital.
No.
I won the lottery!
Yeah.
Whoa, wow! Awesome, dude! What numbers did you play?
But the
Leonard's numbers, right?
The numbers are
From
on
the hospital? What a coincidence.
island,
You,
too.
seen him around anywhere else?
The hatch?
Bingo! The hatch. With the button
No,
that you
but
gotta
I don't-
push every 108 minutes or the world ends. Oh, and what's the code for the button? Oh, yeah. The numbers.
Okay, I don't think that he's right, though. I don't think that this imaginary person is correct.
A mega cute blonde chick who magically appeared from the other side of the island. Oh, yeah. And who just happens to have the hots for you.
So, I think this is just the negative part of himself that's, like, trying to convince him
Let's take a walk.
against, like, stuff. Right? This doesn't make sense. Like, if this was, like, the end of the show, maybe I would be like, oh. But season 2?
The answer to all your problems.
No, this is
For
just
you to wake up.
his self-loathing, right? You would die. You would just die. You would just die.
I don't want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Who said anything about killing yourself, man? This is gonna bring you back to life.
No, I don't think so.
The only way for you to bust out is to tell your mind that you don't believe any of this.
But I think it's real.
Seen another life, Hurley.
I don't think he was ever real. Right?
What's your name?
Yes, thank you. This is the question I have
Your real name.
wanted to know as well.
Why don't you just keep calling me Henry?
No, that's not your name.
This place?
This place?
This place is a joke. John? Nothing happened, John.
Yeah, but you put the numbers in.
Nothing happened at all.
Did you not?
Your timer just slipped back to 108.
Oh, really?
I never entered the numbers. I never pressed the button.
Really? So it has been a psychological test this whole time.
Lying. No, I'm done lying.
I believe him. Maybe incorrectly, but
You're just a part of me that's scared.
no, I think she's just
You don't want me to wake up.
a person that cares about
Guess
you.
what? I'm not scared.
Oh, no, I'm scared. Don't,
Okay,
don't,
okay, Hurley.
don't.
You're having some sort of panic attack. I get that. But this isn't like you.
Like me.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
I was starting to.
Yeah, but did you know I'm so fat that I killed 2 people? And that I have an imaginary friend?
Hurley,
That's okay.
please, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Because this isn't happening.
I think it is.
None of it.
I think it is.
I'm just imagining it. This isn't real life.
Why would you say that?
Because in real life,
your imaginary friend told you that? Like, a girl like you wouldn't like him? That's not true.
no girl like you would ever like me.
I knew he was gonna say that, but she does.
You remember when I said I knew you from somewhere?
Yeah?
Well, maybe it's because I made you up.
No, I think you just...
What was the man's name who broke his leg?
From the plane.
You don't know. You know why? Because it happened to me. So don't tell me that that wasn't real. And don't tell me
how
you made me up. It's insulting. The way I feel about you, that's real.
I love it.
And that
was also real.
Was real.
Maybe we should do it one more time.
Just to be certain?
Just to be sure.
I knew he was gonna say that. Oh, they're cute. I ship it.
Ready to go back?
I ship it. I ship it.
You really think I can, change?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Oh, why'd she make that face?
Why don't you get a little closer together?
Why did she make that face? Oh, fuck. Is she in the... Is that her? Was she in here?
Some water go with that?
Is that why she looks familiar?
Hey guys, thanks for the photo op.
Here's your pill, Libby.
So she's not even really a doctor? Or like a psychologist? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Okay, sorry. That was very loud. Hold on. Hold on. This was quite an episode, okay? Libby knows that the reason she looked familiar is because of this, right? Because they were in, what was it? Santa Rosa mental health something. I couldn't read the last bit of it. Together. I still ship them. I still think they are cute. She's clearly using the resources and the tools that she learned being a patient there to try to help herself and then to try to help other people, I would assume. But this is very concerning now because we have discovered through this episode that Hurley is... I don't know what his diagnosis is. I couldn't tell you. But he obviously is very much struggling with his mental health. And since she is not actually a psychologist, him leaning into her, I guess. I don't really know what I'm trying to say. But like him leaning on her for support, I just worry that at some point there will be a breaking point and it's not going to help either one of them because they're both... I mean, I don't know why she was there, to be fair, but I just worry that if they're both really struggling and they're both in a place of struggle, like right now she's not struggling, but if she should fall back into a place of struggle, like struggling with her mental health really bad, and he's leaning on her for support, then I just worry that it's not gonna end well, if that makes sense. So I don't know how I feel about it because I do think they're cute and I do ship them. I just I just worry because if Hurley is capable of creating an entire person and fully vehemently believing that they're there, it makes it like more difficult to discern what is and isn't going to be real in the show from his perspective. And then also it like concerns me for his character going forward, you know? I don't know. Maybe since he was able to come out of it without the aid of medication, maybe that is like a good indicator for where he is. Now, you guys, a part of me is also like, this has opened the floodgates for my brain to to kind of wonder like if Hurley is still in the hospital and all of this is something he's making up, you know? Like, even if it is, I'm still gonna treat, like, I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head for, like, the rest of the show, right? But I'm still gonna treat everything like it's actually happening because we don't know that that's the case, right? Like, I just feel like the show is trying to throw us off by that, but they have, the thing is, they have triggered that thought in my brain now because of how connected everything is. It could just be that Hurley saw all of these people at one point in his life, and now he created this rich world where they all exist and they have like these stories that he gave them because that's just the way that his brain is coping with whatever trauma he did. Like, maybe he was in a plane crash. Maybe he did get out of there. He was in a plane crash. He saw these people. He was the only survivor. I don't know. And he created this world where they all lived. But really, only he lived. Or maybe he never got out of the hospital. Again, like I said, these are just people that he saw throughout his life. And he created a world where he did get out. And this is the world for them. And I know that they tried to like throw up the block of like, she's like, well, this person, do you know who that was? And he's like, no. And she's like, of course, because it didn't happen to you. It happened to me. That's not enough to convince me because of course your brain would let the people that it created have secrets from you, right? Because how else could it convince you that those people were real? You know? It would give them their own world. Like, your brain would put a block from that happening because you wouldn't know that about a person in real life. You know, you wouldn't know the inner details of their life or the things that they went through when you weren't around unless they told you. So, I don't think that that's actually proof that this isn't all in his head, but like, now my brain is like fucking working overtime because it's just interesting how many times these people have run into each other in the flashbacks, and then it's like me, or like there's been a person intersecting with another person, and like, oh, you guys, my brain is tired. It hurts. It's trying to like figure everything out, and okay. I don't know what the truth is. The truth may be out there, but I have not found it yet. So, yeah, I feel like this put into my, like I said, this put into my head whole new theories about this entire show. Like, is it all in someone's head? Hurley's, perhaps? Like, it would make sense. But also, it would make sense if, like, this is an experiment, right? Like, so Henry told, he wants us to call him Henry for now, even though that's not his name, so I'll call him Henry. Henry told Locke that he didn't put the numbers in and that he was done lying. I'm sort of inclined to believe him at this point, because I do think that, sorry, my brain stopped working for a second. I do think that there is a very big possibility that all of this is just a psychological test to see how long they would press the button, to see would someone continually press the button if given the instruction, regardless of like knowing for sure that it was going to save people, right? I think it's, if all of this is a psychological test by the Dharma Initiative, like I've said, that like is one of my prevailing theories, the main prevailing theory before this episode, and if it's all like a psychological test to see like what humans will do in XYZ set of circumstances that are happening on the island, it makes sense that nothing would happen if the numbers end, that it would just start over, because it was all about what people would do given that set of circumstances. Like, not necessarily there actually being any negative or bad outcome. It's just further data, like, okay, they're still pressing the button, check whoever's watching this somewhere, you know, or conducting the experiment. Maybe if they don't press the numbers and then hit enter, they get, whoever's watching gets a message like, okay, today they did not press the button, and like this is the first time in XYZ months, days, years, whatever, that they didn't press the button. And then it's just another data point for their experiment on humans. No? I think that's entirely possible. Also, he said hieroglyphs appeared red, which my last beautiful drawing of the pictures, he is correct. That was just a couple episodes ago. Dang, that was 214. There was something, a blank, a sword looking like thing, a bird, and a stick. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe I'm trying to figure out an answer to a riddle that doesn't actually exist. But yeah. This episode is very interesting. And it's so, I never thought when he said Libby looked familiar, my thought was just he saw her on the plane, but he didn't, like, you know, like you know when you're walking to your seat on a plane and you just glance at the people on the plane and you don't really take anything in because you're not really paying attention to them. It's just they're sitting there and facing you and you're like, okay, people exist on this plane besides me. I thought it was just something like that. Like he just happened to glance over, see her on the plane. That's why she looked familiar. She was in Santa Rosa with him. I really need a Libby flashback. I really need a Libby flashback now because this was very interesting. Also, I did not catch, or I don't remember. Did he say Brennan or Brendan for the doctor? I should probably go back. I'll probably do that afterwards because I don't know that it's super relevant, but I just want to know. And I want to look at his face. So if he shows up again, I will recognize him. But yeah, this episode really like fucked with me because I thought Dave was real. And then I thought Hurley was just seeing him like Jack saw his dad on the island, even though his dad wasn't on the island. It was just, I mean, I didn't think his dad was really on the island. I thought it was just a manifestation of his grief at the time. I still kind of believe that because we haven't really revisited that. But then he saw the fucking shoe, and I was like, oh, how the fuck did he see the shoe? But then how did Kate see the horse? You know, like, it's just, sometimes you see shit on this island. I did not expect that Dave would be completely fictional, both then and now. So that's thrown me. I just thought that maybe we were gonna, I don't know. I don't know what I thought, honestly, but I wasn't expecting that. Also, Hurley's trauma being that, so he went out on like a, what's the word? Like a deck maybe, a platform, I think they said, and it collapsed. 2 people died. So he blames himself because of his weight. He thinks like because he's overweight that he is the one who caused it to fall, thus killing those 2 people. Thus, he is eating because he sees his weight as an issue, but also to reinforce that his weight is an issue in his own mind, right? I think that's what I got from this, is that he sees the weight as the issue, which is what killed 2 people, but because he's not in a space where he wants to get better and heal from the trauma of being involved in the death of 2 people, he reinforces that it was his fault by eating, thus staying overweight, thus compounding the issue, right? Which makes sense. I don't personally think it was his fault because, like the guy said, there was 23 people on a deck that was built for 8. Any one of them could have been the culprit, right? The cause, because there was just way too much weight on this deck. Like, I was expecting it to just kind of be about maybe he has binge eating disorder, or like this is his struggle with why he's eating and everything, versus that it's to sort of reinforce his guilt. So is that why he's still doing it? Or is it like a means of escape? I don't know. It's interesting because like his brain created Dave, who is the part of his brain that doesn't want to get better, right? Like that's, his brain created Dave to reinforce his belief in like the negative aspects of him, right? And to try to not get better, to stay sick, you know, so to speak. So that's interesting. I don't know, you guys. I just think I did not see this for Hurley. I did, like, I kind of like that they did this because I feel like we haven't seen too much depth to Hurley so far. He's sort of been used primarily as the sort of comedic relief. Like, even his flashback episode, like the lottery one, was really funny. And don't get me wrong, I loved that. I love how funny Hurley is, and I love how funny his initial like lottery flashback was and everything. But it's kind of nice to see the trauma behind the funny, if that makes sense. Like, I just like that we're further like rounding Hurley out as a character and getting to know more than just the surface level of him. Now, this episode definitely really makes me want to learn more about Libby, and I really hope that we get a flashback of her soon because I like her. I think that she seems like a very sweet and kind person. Whatever she was in the mental health facility for, I don't really care except for how it pertains to like getting to know her character more. Like, I don't think it's going to change my mind of her character is what I'm saying. Like, everyone struggles. Everyone has times in our life that are darker or just a lot harder to get through. And I think that a lot of us, honestly, are not that far away from needing professional help at any given time, depending on the circumstances in our lives, right? So, yeah, I guess also, if we think about it, Libby could be creating all of this, depending on what she's in Santa Rosa for, right? I don't know. Like I said, I am going to operate on the belief that all of this is actually happening and they really are on this weird fucking magical island. and perhaps they're being experimented on and X, Y, and Z. But that's sort of where I'm going to operate. Like I said, I will also entertain the possibility that none of this is really happening. But I don't want to treat it like it's not happening, because I feel like that's going to... It does a disservice to the characters and the story that the show is telling to treat it like it's not actually happening, if that makes sense. So hopefully it does. Okay, so we learned a little bit about the others, like a very tiny bit, because we didn't really get to talk to Henry this episode very much. So we learned that he said he was in a search party. He also mentioned he will kill me, and then they were like, oh, Mr. Friendly? I think they were referring to Mr. Friendly, but we learned in the last episode, not the last episode, we learned a couple episodes ago, Claire's episode, that he's actually not in charge, because we heard him say something about him. So there is a mythical, not mythical, well, currently mythical until we can actually see them, but there is like a person that is in charge of the others that we have not yet met. I'm trying to decide if I should at all try to speculate on who it is. My only guess, 2 guesses actually, my only 2 guesses would be either Desmond, even though it didn't seem like he was the head of the others, but also, again, maybe it wouldn't. I don't think he is. That's my, like, lesser guess. Desmond or the... I don't remember what his name is in this. Mal from Expanse. Oh, God. What was his name? I wrote it down somewhere. It's either Campbell or Candle. That is my other guess. And he was the guy in the video talking about the Dharma initiative in the beginning of the season. Those are my 2 guesses based off of almost no information, almost no ability to actually guess who could possibly be the him that we're referring to. I just think it's interesting to try to figure out, like, I wonder if Henry is actually going to be able to give us any information, because he is so scared, and he did talk about being scared of this guy, like whoever he is, and his ability to kill him, I guess. I'm trying to discern how much we can and can't trust Henry, because he did lie again in this one. Maybe he personally did not kill that guy. Someone did, though, because he had enough time to write the thing. So he was not dead. Although it's possible that when he found him, he was dead. He said they sent out a search party, right? Let me go back and listen to that real quick, because I want to... They interrupted him a lot, but I want to see if I can get anything out of going back. He did lie. I thought so, but I was trying to remember exactly what happened. But, okay. So, he did try to lie and say, like, oh, he was already dead, and then he was... That was definitely a lie. However, when he got scared and he was talking about, I didn't do it, please listen, and then they kept interrupting him, which, like, drives me crazy, because I'm like, no, please shut up. I want to hear. I want to know. I want to learn about the others. But, I mean, he was lying, so it's like, at what point should we trust him? I do think, though, that he didn't kill that guy. Maybe he's just, like, a grunt, an underling, somebody who doesn't have a lot of power or rank in whatever society the others have built. And so he just kind of has to go along with what whoever he is says. And I do think that that makes sense for what we know about his character and what we've heard from him and stuff. Also, the fact that no one has come for him either makes me think that he's low enough that he doesn't know enough to really be a threat to them, or they are so sure of their indoctrination of the fear that they've instilled in him, that they know that he won't say anything that would possibly be helpful. So it's going to be interesting if at any point the others do come for him, because then that's going to tell me that he knows enough that they would be worried. But the fact that they have not yet come for him, and it's been at least a couple days, either they're amassing their force to do so, or, like I said, they just don't think that he's a threat. I do feel like he came back to help Locke, not because maybe he does like see himself as a good person. Maybe he's never personally done anything that makes him feel like he would categorize himself as a bad person. So maybe that's why he did it, or it was for the long con of it all. I think either is really possible at this point. Also, Leonard had the numbers. Dave, we haven't seen, I don't know where I know that actor from, but I've definitely seen him before. Yeah, I think that's, I feel like I've said a lot, so I don't know that there's like a ton more that I think that I have to talk about in this episode. I think it was very interesting. I think it very much has made me think about this show and like what the fuck is happening, and more possibilities for what the fuck is happening. Obviously, it could also be a dream sequence. It could just be made up. It could be really like, there's just a lot of possibilities for what the hell is going on here. And I think that makes it so much more interesting. But yeah, I think that's all that I have to say. I'm sure that I missed something. You guys will let me know, because I always miss something. There was probably somebody in the background of some scene that I should have recognized from something else. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you want, you can watch the next episode right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube, as well as my entire full-length reaction to this episode and all the episodes so far of Lost. That is over on Patreon as well, which is linked in the description down below. Yeah, that is it. I am gonna go figure out the doctor's name, just in case I need to know it in the future, and then I don't know, just try to figure out what the fuck I'm thinking about this, because my brain is still like, what? Anyway, I hope to see you guys next time for more Lost. Until then, bye guys. Do you know what's going on, Dean? You've been sleeping over there. You're sleeping on this show. He doesn't care. He probably understands more than I do, let's be real. He's been asleep.